guys, Stephanie here, and I'm back with more movie chatter. And what I have for you today is a haul video. I haven't done one of these in about a month and a half, so I have just piles everywhere. I'm going to try and keep this as short as possible. And you guys are going to want to stay tuned until the end of the video because I do have a giveaway as promised. So to find out what the giveaway item is and how to enter, which you know, top secret, leave me a comment, let me know you want to be in the giveaway. That will be at the end of this video. So these first few titles were sent to me from Mill Creek Entertainment for review. I am going to link Mill Creek down in the description. Definitely head over and check them out. They have something for everyone. They have all genres. They have TV show box sets, like complete series on Blu-ray and DVD. They have sets for everything you can imagine. DVDs, Blu-rays, like I said, something for everyone. So definitely go over, check out Mill Creek, and pick up some of the things they have to offer. This first one, I actually selected this one for a review title because my dad is such a huge fan of Westerns. I was basically raised on the show Gunsmoke, so that tells you where I come from and how old I am. Anyway, it's called Outlaws and Conmen. It is a 4-movie DVD collection. And you get 4 movies on 1 disc, which I am totally fine with that. And it says, the description is, you can lie, steal, cheat, or carry a big iron. And the 4 films are Django Shoots First, Django's Cut Price Corpses, Bad Man's River, and Sting of the West. And they give you a little synopsis and run times and ratings and all that right here on the back. So if you're into Westerns, definitely check out Outlaws and Conmen. And the second title that they sent me is one of their Hammer Film double features. So I was really excited to get this. It's on Blu-ray, Never Take Candy from a Stranger and Scream of Fear. So I'm really looking forward to checking these out. And it's the same thing. It is both movies, both titles on 1 disc. And then on the back, we have the synopsis, the runtime, and the ratings for both films. And because I liked that format, I really like this, and I like the idea of having the double feature for the Hammer films. And I'm trying to boost up my Hammer collection, so I actually went on their website and I ordered 3 more. And I think I have everything that they have out. I could be wrong; they could have more out, and I just didn't see them. The second one that I picked up is the 2 Faces of Dr. Jekyll and the Gorgon. So I grabbed that one, and it's the same thing. They have the synopsis on the back with the runtime and the rating. The next one I picked up, I'm really looking forward to this one, The Revenge of Frankenstein and the Curse of the Mummy's Tomb. I mean, come on, Frankenstein and the Mummy, how can you go wrong, right? Same thing. They have the synopsis, rating, and runtime on the back. And the last one I grabbed is it's Maniac and Die Die My Darling. I haven't seen either one of these either, so I'm looking forward to sitting down and just checking all these out. And I think it's great. I mean, sometimes I don't really like double features, but I think for things like this, it's a great way to boost your collection. And like I said, for the price point, you can't really beat it. And I am looking forward to watching all of these. So thank you to Mill Creek for that. And again, don't forget to check them out in the description. And I'm going to get right into the 4Ks. I'm just going to show you what I got, give you a little blurb on each one, move along. And if you hear any rustling in the background, it's because Pima's right over there, because once again, she was misbehaving upstairs. This first one just won an Academy Award for Best Animated Feature. It is Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. And I really, really enjoyed this. I thought it was great. I thought it was one of those. I was really afraid it wasn't going to live up to all the hype, but it definitely lived up to all the hype. And I thought the animation was really cool. The story was great. I like that they brought new characters in and that we had a different experience with Spider-Man than what we've seen in the past. So yeah, I really, really enjoyed this one. So if you haven't checked it out yet, definitely give it a look. And the next one, I am embarrassed to say I just watched it this weekend because I am a huge Rocky fan, and that is Creed 2 on 4K. And I did watch the 4K. It looked really good on 4K. The only thing that I did notice is in the beginning, when that, because you know Drago is in this, Drago's son, he's training his son to fight Creed. When they showed the Dragos, I think they were supposed to be in the Ukraine, and they were doing this early morning training, so the sky was kind of like this dark blue, or it was supposed to be dark blue, and it really had this weird purple tint to it. And I did see it a few times during the movie, so I don't know if that's a 4K thing, because I didn't watch the Blu-ray on this one. I just watched the 4K. But the rest of the film looked great, and like I said, it has a lot of, you know, it follows the typical Rocky formula that we've come to know and love. And if you're a fan of Rocky and you're a fan of the Creed and the direction that they're going, you definitely owe it to yourself to watch this one. There were no big surprises. I think I liked the first Creed a little bit better, but I don't know. I still thought this was really good. The boxing was good. The training sequences are awesome, and they're training outside, so the outside shots looked awesome on the 4K, and it gave my home theater a workout, which is always a good thing. So yeah, definitely check out Creed 2. I think it's definitely worth it, especially if you're a fan, a longtime fan of the franchise, like I am. So I will always watch a Rocky film, anytime, anywhere. And the next one I picked up is from producer J.J. Abrams, and it is Overlord. And a lot of people said this was a zombie movie that took place during a war. I would say it's more of a war movie with zombies. And I thought it was great. I think it's awesome, but the zombies didn't play as big a part as what I kind of had expected based on the descriptions that I heard other people give about this one. But it is a lot of fun, and you have the whole war thing going on, and then there's like an underground bunker where they're doing all these experiments. The Nazis are doing experiments, and that's where your zombies come in. But it's definitely a lot of fun. It's a good story. It looks solid on 4K, and what a workout it gives your home theater, because you have, of course, these, you know, the war with you have the planes overhead, the explosions, bombs, guns, the whole thing. So it is a loud, loud movie. I can't imagine how loud it must have been in the theater, but it's definitely a solid 4K pickup. So if you're on the fence about Blu-ray or 4K, I would definitely go with the 4K on this one. So yeah, Overlord, it's a good one. And this next one just won for Best Picture, and it is called Green Book, Inspired by a True Friendship. And I know there's some controversy about the story and the fact pattern of the storytelling, but I just put that to the side, and I appreciated this film for what it was. It's basically a film about friendship. We have two men who are put together at a time when people coming from such different backgrounds didn't really hang out together, and they take a trip and they start to learn about the real values of friendship, and they start to take care of each other and learn from each other. And I just really, really enjoyed this from beginning to end. I thought it was great. I thought it was well done. I thought the acting was well done, and I think it's an important story to tell. And I just love I just love that they stayed friends. I love how they became friends and that they maintained their friendship through the rest of their lives. As for the 4K, I didn't see a huge difference between the 4K and the Blu-ray. I had a chance to look at both. So I don't know that you would be missing anything, but if you just decided to pick up the Blu-ray, but you know, the 4K always looks pretty solid, so that's really up to you. But whether you rent it, stream it, buy it, 4K, Blu-ray, whatever, just give Green Book a look, because it's really a good one. And the next one, this is an older film that I have always loved, and I was so happy to see that it was getting a 4K treatment. It stars Nicolas Cage, Jared Leto, and Ethan Hawke in Lord of War. And Nicolas Cage plays an illegal arms dealer. He's running guns and all kinds of things all over the world, and he's a very wealthy man. Kind of keeps things from his wife. He's got like this trophy wife, and he keeps things from her, and they have a little boy, and he doesn't really pay attention to him, and you know, he's just not a very good guy. But Nicolas Cage does a fantastic job in this movie, and this is one of those movies that I could watch over and over and never get tired of it, and it is so much better than I expected it to be. And I believe it's based on true events. So Nicolas Cage is telling his character's story. But yeah, if you haven't seen Lord of War, definitely check it out. And the transfer on the 4K looked really good, looked good, sounded good, so they did a really nice job at cleaning it up, which seems to be the case in some of these older films. They really clean up nice when they go to the 4K. So definitely check out Lord of War. It's a good one. And these last two I haven't watched yet, but I did pick them up. I heard mixed reviews about this one, but I have the other one on 4K, so I got this one on 4K, and I really enjoyed the first one, and I'm kind of hoping that I'm not going to be too disappointed with this one. It is Fantastic Beasts: The Crimes of Grindelwald. And I grabbed the 4K. I haven't even looked at it yet, but I had to have it because I want to keep up with everything. And I hear this is kind of more of a setup for what's coming next, so I'm hoping that it's not going to be too convoluted or confusing. But you know what? I really, really enjoyed the first one, and I love the whole Harry Potter thing, so see what this one comes out to be. And I will definitely give you guys a proper review when I sit down and actually take a look at that one. And this last one, I just had to pick it up. I didn't go with the Steelbook. I just went with the 4K because I wasn't crazy about the Steelbook design. Don't hate me for it. But it is The Little Mermaid on 4K. So I definitely want to just keep my Disney collection going. And Disney, you can never go wrong with Disney. And 4K, I'm sure it's going to look beautiful. I haven't watched it. I don't even think, yeah, I haven't even opened it yet. I just picked it up. But yeah, it has a special features. It has some Blu-ray special features, some 4K special features, but I'm sure it's going to look great. So Little Mermaid is my last 4K pickup. I'm going to grab the next pile and maybe Pima, and I will be right back. Okay, I'm back with some Blu-rays and some Shout Factory and Scream Factory titles for you guys. And this first one was nominated for 10 Academy Awards, including Best Picture, The Favorite. And this one was a lot of fun. I really, really enjoyed this. We have an ailing Queen Anne, and she has an assistant, Lady Sarah, who kind of runs things because the Queen is just not well. She is not doing well. So Lady Sarah kind of has her ear, and she really is in control of everything because the Queen kind of tells her what she wants her to, you know, tell everybody, and she goes off and really does her own thing. And then her cousin, played by Emma Stone, is Abigail. She comes into town, and she wants to work in the castle, live in the castle, work with the Queen. And what ends up happening is these two ladies, Lady Sarah and Abigail, are both jockeying for position to be the Queen's favorite. So that's where you get the title, The Favorite. But anyway, it's really good. There are such funny lines. This is so quotable. There's so many funny lines in this one. Emma Stone, I thought, gave a great performance, but she's always fantastic. I thought there were great performances all around. The dialogue is great, the costumes were beautiful, and I thought this was just a really, really well done film. So deserving of all the high praise it gets. And I can just tell you as a side note, if anyone ever says, rub my legs to me, I'm going to run for the hills. And remember that. If you've seen the film, you'll know what I'm talking about. Or when you watch it, you'll remember that I said that. But anyway, just definitely check out The Favorite. It's a good one. And this next one, it stars Julia Roberts and Lucas Hedges. Ben is back. And this follows a family dealing with addiction. Lucas Hedges plays a young man who's addicted to drugs. He shows up on the family's front porch on Christmas Eve, and Julia Roberts plays his mother, who is just ecstatic that he's home. She doesn't care that he's supposed to be in his sober living house. She doesn't care why he left. She's got that whole enabler thing going on. And we just see from the minute he gets there, things they go downhill as you would expect. But the performances all around were great. I thought Lucas Hedges was wonderful as always. Julia Roberts gave an amazing performance as just a mother struggling to save her son or figure out what to do with him. And Julia Roberts is always great. She just gets better and better. This is not a story that we haven't seen before. Like I just talked about A Beautiful Boy. It's kind of similar to that, but anything dealing with addiction, they all kind of follow a very similar pattern. But if you want to see good performances all around, definitely check out Ben is Back, even if you give it a rent or a stream if you don't want to buy it. I don't know about the rewatchability. I mean, I might watch it again, but I don't know about the rewatchability in this one. So if you want to give it a rent or give it a stream, either way, just watch it. Ben is Back. It's a good one. And this next one I have not watched yet, but I hear it's along the lines of like a Reservoir Dogs thing, so I'm really looking forward to checking this one out. And I don't think it has anyone in it that I know. It is called The Standoff at Sparrow Creek. And like I said, I hear it's like a Reservoir Dogs type of thing, so I'm looking forward to checking this one out and giving you guys my thoughts and a more proper review. And this one I actually picked up because of my Criterion segment and then the comments that you guys left me. This is the reboot of The Lord of Flies, because I have not seen this reboot, and a couple people told me in the comments that it's really worth taking a look, so I'm going to check it out and I'll let you know what I think of it. And this one, it totally freaked me out. I don't know why, because I don't usually get well, I kind of know why. I'll explain it. This is a great one to watch during Halloween in October, that whole time. It's called The Houses October Built, and it's a found footage film, which I'm not usually a fan of found footage. It's hit or miss with me. And it's a group of friends who are going around in an RV looking for the scariest haunted houses that come up during the Halloween season. And I think the reason that this one freaked me out so much is because I have gone to those, like where they have an abandoned prison or an abandoned asylum, and they make them up to be a haunted house, and it's just sensory overload. You have the flashing lights, the loud music, the screaming, people jumping out at you. It's jump scare city, and it took me back to when I went to these attractions and that anxiety that I felt the whole time. But I thought this was a really good story, especially for a found footage film. There wasn't the shaky cam, there wasn't a lot of weird cinematography. I thought it was pretty well done. And like I said, you have these friends, they're going around to these different haunted house attractions, and then what happens is they start making the people angry because they're filming at these locations and they're not supposed to film. And like this creepy girl right here, they start following them and showing up at the next location where they are. So it's really freaky because they'll turn on the lights to the RV and they're completely surrounded by these people that are working at these haunted houses. And it just freaked me out. So I don't know, maybe I'll be fine the next time I watch it, maybe not. But yeah, The Houses October Built, it's a good one. I know, now you guys think I'm a wuss, right? And this next one I picked up because of my friend Nathan Jones. You guys have heard me talk about him. I'm going to link his channel in the description. I haven't watched it yet, haven't even opened it yet. You can see the little tag. The Eyes of My Mother. He said that he found this to be absolutely terrifying, so I'm up for it. If you've seen it, let me know in the comments. But I'm looking forward to checking this one out and giving you guys a proper review at another time. And then I have a few Shout Select films, and then I have some Scream Factories. This first one stars Brad Pitt, Juliette Lewis, David Duchovny, and Michelle Forbes in California. And I hadn't seen this film in years, but what a good one. Brad Pitt and Juliette Lewis play a couple. They're down on their luck. They're living in a trailer. He's a thief. He's into all kinds of stuff. He's a bad guy. Brad Pitt's a bad guy in this one, and they decide to hook up with David Duchovny and his wife, who are driving cross country. They're driving to California, and this is their road trip, and things just go from bad to worse on this. So if you haven't seen California and you want to see Brad Pitt be all kinds of crazy, just crazy bad crazy, definitely check out California. It's a good one. And Shout Select is always great. They have a ton of special features, and I'm trying to see if it's a new transfer. I don't see anything about the transfer, but it looked really, really great. And like I said, California, definitely check it out. And this one, I haven't rewatched it yet, but I remember seeing this one in the theater when it first came out. It stars Tom Berenger and Mimi Rogers in Someone to Watch Over Me, and this is also a Shout Select title. Anyway, Mimi Rogers plays a wealthy socialite who witnesses a homicide, and yeah, and then Tom Berenger is a police officer who is assigned to protect her, kind of be like a bodyguard, so that the people who committed this crime cannot get to her. But he sort of becomes obsessed with her, and he's in love with her type of thing, so things get really weird. And from what I remember, I just remember loving this. Like I said, I saw it in the theater, and I really can't wait to revisit it because I haven't seen it in years. So I'm looking forward to seeing it on Blu-ray and seeing if it holds up over time. And this one is just so much fun. Hugh Grant, Andie MacDowell in 4 Weddings and a Funeral. Again, this is a Shout Select. It just came out, I think it came out in February. But I picked this one up because this is just always a good time, a lot of laughs, and it's a good one. If you haven't seen it, Hugh Grant at his finest. And the next few are Scream Factories. This first one, I have not seen this one either. It's called Deadly Blessing, and it has to do, it's by Wes Craven, directed by Wes Craven, and it has to do with a religious cult. So anything with a religious cult and cults and all those things, I'm in. So definitely, I am looking forward to checking this one out and giving you guys more in-depth thoughts on it, because it sounds like it could be a good one. And this one is just the Scream Factory release of an oldie but a goodie, The Craft. And I've always enjoyed this film. And actually, at the Monster Mania Con that I was just at, they actually had all 4 of the gals from the craft reunited for the first time in however many years, but it was very cool to see them all together. But this has always been a fun movie. If you're into witches and things like that, definitely check out The Craft if you haven't seen it. It's a good one. And the next one that I picked up, another Scream Factory title, Valentine. Haven't sat down and watched it yet. I've seen this before. I haven't seen it in a long time, and I have not had time to check out this the Scream Factory title, the version. But yeah, definitely Valentine. I'm looking forward to that one. And then this last Scream Factory title I picked up stars the one and only Charles Bronson, 10 to Midnight. Always a good one. Nothing, you can't go wrong with Charles Bronson. He's awesome. So yeah, that's the last Scream Factory title I picked up. And I'm going to grab the Steelbooks and the Arrow titles, and then I'm going to tell you about the giveaway. Okay, I'm back, and I have the Arrow titles, I have some Steelbooks, we're going to do the giveaway, and we're out of here. And this first one, I had never heard of this, I had never seen it, obviously, and I was at the Monster Mania Con, and it was showing up on a few tables, and people were talking about it, saying that it was good, so I decided to check it out, and it's quite good. It's called Colobos. And I'm just going to read from the back. It says, "The real world meets Saw by way of Suspiria," which is exactly what this felt like. I didn't read the back before I saw the film, and I just kept thinking, this feels like a real world episode, and that's exactly what it's exactly how it's laid out. You start out the film, and you have these young people sending in audition tapes. They're taping themselves and saying why they want to go live in this house. So they show up, they live in the house, and they are going to be taped 24 hours a day, and what ends up happening is things start to go horribly wrong. There are traps set in the house, people are getting taken out, they're getting picked off, and it just gets ugly. And I can tell you, when the first kill happens, I never saw it coming. You probably won't either. And I'm going to leave you with that, but it's definitely a good one. It's a fun ride, and if you like things like Saw, where you have the booby-trapped house and things like that, you're going to really like this. And if you were a fan of Real World, you're definitely going to get that vibe from this. But it's good. It has a new 2K restoration. I never saw the original, so I don't know how much of an uptick it is, but it looked really good, and they have a lot of making of. They talk about the music. There's a lot of extras. They have behind the scenes stuff, and so I'm really looking forward to sitting down and watching the extras on this, because I just watched the film, but I didn't get into the extras, and Arrow always packs their editions with extras. And I'll show you, they have, I like this cover art. I think it's pretty cool. And then they have some really cool disc art. And of course, an Arrow release wouldn't be complete without their essay book. And I'll show you a picture here. Yeah, things didn't work out so great for him. So you can imagine the things that go on in this film. But yeah, if you like I said, I hadn't even heard of this one, and I know a couple people who hadn't heard of it. So if you haven't, definitely check it out. Colobos, it's a good one. And the next one is called Horror Express. And Hammer alumni Peter Cushing and Christopher Lee are reunited for this tale of mad monks, primitive humanoids, and glowing-eyed zombies set aboard a train. And that's exactly what it is. We have a guy who, I believe, is an archaeologist, and he digs up these remains of a frozen, it looks like a frozen skeleton. He puts it in a crate. The crate is locked and padlocked. It has chains on it, and the remains get out. And that's the best way to explain it. The remains get out of the crate, and it's a monster, and it's running amok on this train, wreaking havoc, taking people out, and it's a very cool film. I had a lot of fun with this. I love that it was set on the train. I love anything where people are trapped. Then these people are trapped on this train because it's not stopping, and they are stuck on board with this monster. And I just thought it was really good. It was a lot of fun. So if you haven't seen Horror Express, or if you're a fan of it and you want to get an upgraded version, this is definitely the one to get. It has a brand new 2K restoration. And it has a whole bunch of extras. They talk to the directors. There's notes from the Horror Express, and they have archival footage. So there's a lot of cool extras. I mean, the extras usually go on forever on these releases, but they have some cool disc art there. And then, of course, you get your really nice. This is a really nice essay book. This is like 30 pages, but I'm trying to. Oh yeah, there he is. Hopefully you can see this. There's the monster. He's like a frozen skeleton, and then he comes out, and he has these red glowing eyes and the people stare into his eyes. Over. Anyway, this is a really good one, so if you are a fan of Horror Express or if you want to try something new, check this one out. And this next one I have not seen, but I hear good things, and it sounds like something I would like. It is called Psychomania, Zombies on Motorcycles, two of my favorite things. So I will look at this one and I will give you guys a more appropriate review at another time. And this last one, I haven't seen this one either, but I hear that it's good. It's a giallo type film, and it is based on actual crime events. It is called The Possessed. And they say it's based on one of Italy's most notorious crimes. So I'm really looking forward to checking this one out and giving you guys a more proper review on it, because it sounds like it's really good, and I love anything true crime based. And this one also has a new 2K restoration and whatnot, and it has, of course, it's going to be subtitled, English subtitled, because it's in Italian. But yeah, definitely looking forward to checking this one out. And the artwork and the essay book are both the same inside. So that is the last Arrow title that I picked up this month. And then I have 3 Steelbooks, because like I said, I'm kind of slowing down on the Steelbooks, but these I just kind of had to have. I know, guilty. The first one is the 4K edition of Captain America. This was a Best Buy exclusive, because I don't know if I had Captain America, or maybe, I'm trying to see. I may have just had a Zavvi edition. So this is the front, back, and spine. And then we have the 4K with the artwork on the 4K. And we have the Blu-ray, which also has artwork. It's nice when they do, you know, they don't skimp out on the Blu-ray and just give the 4K artwork. It's nice when they do both. And then we have a great shot of Captain America for the interior artwork. So this is a really nice edition. I actually did not get this the first week because I was trying to hold out and just say, you know what, I'm not doing it. And I did it. So that's how it goes. So that's the first one. And the next one, this is from FYE. And I actually have the whole set of this, but I just couldn't pass up on the Steelbook. Tremors. Gotta love it. I thought it was a cool looking Steelbook. This is the front, back, and spine. No disc art, but we do have some interior artwork. So there's that. And like I said, these I'm slowing down on the Steelbooks, but these I had to pick up. And then this last one, I had the first one on the Steelbook, so I had to get the second one, Ralph Breaks the Internet. I wasn't crazy about this design. I mean, it's okay, but it wasn't my favorite. I do like the back, but I wasn't crazy about the front. Oh, if I can open it. But that's the front, back, and spine. This is the 4K disc, which I think is cool with all the colors. I like that. And then I really like the Blu-ray artwork. I wish this had been the cover of the Steelbook, because I think that's really nice. And then we have our interior artwork. And that is Ralph Breaks the Internet. So I'm going to grab the giveaway item and we're going to wrap this one up. Okay, so as promised, it is giveaway time. And the item that I have for this giveaway is the 4K Ultra HD version of Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. And this is the 4K and Blu-ray and digital. It is open. The only reason it is open is because when both mine and the giveaway copies arrived, I heard that they both had a loose disc, and I wanted to make sure that there was no damage to the discs. Everything is fine, and I will show you what it looks like. It has like the graffiti on the inside on both discs, and I have the digital copy off to the side, but this is the giveaway item. So if you are interested in being entered in the giveaway, all you have to do, as always, just be subbed to the channel and just leave me a comment saying that you want your name in the giveaway. This is a region 1, so I don't know if you don't have a region free player, if you can't play region 1 discs, I don't know if you want to enter, but it is a region 1 disc. I am going to do a drawing next Wednesday, April 3rd, and we will pick a winner and we'll contact each other through email. So I want to thank you guys as always for watching and being here. You know I appreciate your support and I appreciate all that you do to keep the channel going. If you enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up, leave some comments, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you know when I upload again. And I'm going to be back real soon. And again, if you want to enter the giveaway, don't forget to leave me the comment and just tell me that you want to be entered. And that's going to do it for me today. I know this was a long one, so thanks for hanging in there with me. But for now, that's a wrap.